go get your website refreshed. So if you own a hair salon and you don't have a good looking website, now's the time to go get your website looking good. Like that is your storefront on the internet, and people are on the internet so much right now. I'm on the internet so much right now, just browsing. Welcome to the podcast with Kylie Nichols. I'm Kylie, founder and CEO of the life-changing accessories brand Nickel & Suede and the successful style blog One Little Mama. I made the unlikely transition from stay-at-home mom to founder and entrepreneur. It takes a lot of courage to make a change like that, but I love the growth and the confidence that's come from stepping out of my comfort zone. This is the podcast for people who want to be inspired to be brave, to take a chance, and to change their life. I'll be sharing stories and actionable takeaways about working with your spouse, being a working mom, starting and growing a business, confidence, motivation, and more. So get ready to get inspired and get started with Kylie Nichols. Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Kylie and you are with Kylie Nichols. Happy Friday. Welcome back. We are still in the middle of quarantine and maybe shelter in place if you are, depends on the city that you're in. But today I really wanted to talk to business owners, and I know I have kind of a broad audience, but a lot of business owners. And last week I had a question come in, and it was kind of, how is the coronavirus affecting your business and affecting business for you? And you know, we have been doing okay, and we've been trying to stay busy. And really, I attribute kind of how we're doing right now to my kind of optimism and perseverance through a crisis. And one of my strengths, I've taken the Strength Finder. One of my strengths is, oh gosh, now I'm not going to be able to remember what exactly it's called, but it's coming up with unique ideas and kind of, it's ideation. So it's coming up with unique ideas and like really being able to pivot and being able to like really get creative and kind of say, okay, well, how are we going to make this work? And so as I've been kind of doing that for our business, we've been getting creative. We've been saying, you know what, we're going to make this work. We're going to figure it out. I've been in our marketing department and coming up with fun promotions and things like that. And I've also been really trying to pay attention and watching other businesses and other small businesses through social media and in my town in Kansas City. And my heart goes out and has been going out to so many businesses and especially small businesses right now. We have a Facebook group for Nickel & Suede, and we have so many women in there who own businesses. We've got their own hair salons and own their own, therapy businesses and all of these different things. And everybody's businesses are struggling right now, whether they're shut down because they can't go into work, or even if they're essential, it's just everyone's having kind of a tough time. It's hard to get business. Restaurants, obviously, we all know it's just no one is having their business perform in their normal function at the moment. And so as I've been trying to navigate this for our business, I have been paying attention to how other businesses have been navigating and have been so inspired and so, encouraged seeing how everybody's been operating and trying to operate through this. And I've also just had so many ideas come for other businesses. And sometimes that's a good thing and a bad thing. I've had so many ideas come where I've seen other businesses saying, hey, this is what we're doing right now, or this is how we're trying to sell something right now. And I've thought, ooh, they should try doing this, or ooh, they should try to do that. And I do this normally. And I have found myself kind of sticking my foot in my mouth sometimes with like giving unsolicited advice and realizing like not everybody wants your unsolicited advice, Kylie. And so, whether I DM somebody, usually it's a DM. And so today I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do a podcast full of unsolicited advice for small business owners, and then people can take it or leave it. So today I thought I would give just full-on unsolicited advice for small business owners during this time of things that I'm seeing people do that is working, or things that we're doing, or things that I would do if I were, this business, or this business. And I thought, I think that would be A, fun for me because then I get to share some of my ideas, and B, maybe it'll really help people right now as they're trying to find ways to get creative or find ways to bump up their business or use this time that is feeling frustrated, or they're feeling stuck, or feeling like they're not sure what to do, or that business isn't going very well. So So yes, what are things that I would do or say? So what I would say, my first piece of advice, whether you're at shelter in place and so you're working from home, or you're operating at a very minimal level, really all these things could apply to any of us, even at any time. But I would say the first one would be to take this time to hit the refresh button. This is kind of a really unique time for all of us. And obviously, not everybody has the opportunity to take extra time right now to do things. There's so many things happening right now, and everyone's in such a unique situation. But if you are a small business owner who is in one of these spots, take this time to hit the refresh button. What have you never had time to do? So when you're working really fast, if your business is growing, if you have lots of customers, if you have people coming in your door every day, there's usually things that are piling up that you would never have the chance to get to. And so you take this time where you don't have customers coming, or where you are feeling like, okay, I'm stuck at home. What do I do? To hit the refresh button and to get to those things that you don't usually get to do. You could call those foundational items. So whether that is your branding, maybe it needs a refresh. Whether that is your website, don't neglect your website. Like, go get your website refreshed. So if you own a hair salon and you don't have a good looking website, now's the time to go get your website looking good. Like, that is your storefront on the internet, and people are on the internet so much right now. I'm on the internet so much right now, just browsing. I'm on my phone so much right now. So get your website refreshed. And if you don't know how to do that, guess what? You have time to learn new things right now. So go learn how to refresh your website. Maybe you want to switch your platform and you say, I've been on kind of just a little clunky one. Well, there's lots of really free, pretty places you can go and get a cute little upgrade like Squarespace. So go refresh your website. There's also a lot of graphic designers out of work right now who probably will give you a good deal if you would like to refresh your branding, and they need work right now. And so there's probably a lot of people that you could partner with and find ways to get a great new logo and get an update to a website. So if you haven't had time to update your website, that includes photos, that includes your address, that includes your Google Maps. How do people find you on the internet? Like, go do a full audit of how people see you on the internet as a small business. And that could take seriously like 6 months. You could be in shelter in place for 6 months and you could come back like a whole new internet, business on the internet. Like, go really do a deep dive into that and learn as much as you can, because that will really benefit your business in the long term so much. Like, you'll be so glad that you took the time to do that. Also, your social media. So go update all of your social media platforms and make sure that they are all linking to the right places to your website. Take a look at your Instagram, take a look at your Twitter, take a look at your Facebook and say, okay, are all of my bios updated? Are all of my, what have I been posting? Is it working? How are my followers interacting? And, there are lots of businesses that don't really have maybe an Instagram, and they say, I don't really know if I need one, but I would argue that Instagram is it's kind of like the new website. So yes, you need a website, but yes, you also need an Instagram. And you don't necessarily need to be posting every day, and you don't necessarily need to have people interacting every day and following you and thinking you're the most awesome, social media superstar ever. But what you do need to do is have a good representation of what your business is on your Instagram, because people, when they're walking around, they say, well, what is this salon? They look it up on Instagram and they want to instantly know, what does this salon do, by looking at their Instagram. So you want to make sure you have pictures of the hair that you do, of the nails that you do, of your logo, and make sure that it's a really great snapshot by just quickly looking at that Instagram account of the type of salon that you are and the services that you offer. So, you could spend several days updating and posting to really say, yeah, man, when somebody sees my Instagram account, they really get a good idea of what my salon is about by looking at it. And then you don't have to post very often after that. just keep it fresh by posting once a week so that people know you're still in business, which is obviously important. And I guess I shouldn't make light of that right now, but yes. So keep posting, and keep maybe starting to offer tips right now would be a good idea too. So starting to create content right now where you're saying, hey, here's some tips for taking care of your hair or your nails right now at home. Like trying to create content on social media right now that makes sense for people at home right now or what they're doing right now. Brainstorming some creative ideas for things that are relevant for people right now while they're at home. And that may be able to increase your following count right now as well. So those are some things that maybe you're piling up there. But then there's also other not fun things that maybe you're piling up. Like there could be some tax things, or there could be some, lots of paperwork, or there could be files that you need to get to really organize yourself. Like any foundational things that you say, I don't have time for that. This is the time to get to it. And you're going to be so glad you did it later. That'll be the kind of thing where you're like, man, I made good use of that time and I'm really glad that I did it. The next thing that I would say is I would really focus on making it easy for your customers to do the right thing. So if you sell something right now, or if you sell anything, which if you're a business, you sell things, make it easy for them to buy from you. Make it easy for them to find you. Make it easy for them to buy something later or find you. I was trying to, I was following a business the other day, and they were saying, hey, we need to sell this product, and we will drop it off at your house. And I was wanting to support them, but I could not figure out what products they had in stock. I couldn't find it anywhere. And so that's where I started thinking, man, if they would just post it on their stories, what it is that they have in stock on their Instagram stories, and link to it, or just post a picture, just post pictures every day of the things that they have in stock, then I could really message them, and I would say, hey, yes, please drop it off at my house, and I would buy it. And so make it easy for people to know what you have in stock by posting it on your social media, by keeping your website updated. Make your checkout process really easy. There's quick apps that you can add to your website. If you don't have gift cards for sale right now is the time to start adding gift cards to your website, because people want to be able to buy now so they can support you later. I've bought gift cards from several businesses and seen lots of gift cards on sale right now, so that 20% off gift cards right now so that you can support them later. That's awesome business idea, and people really want to support places right now and then be able to use those gift cards later. Another example of making it easy is I saw a great example in our hometown of a Thai restaurant where they posted on their Facebook page that you could call and order 1 pan of pad thai and pot stickers for $25 and then pick it up. And pad thai, everybody loves pad thai. It's their main dish. And we called and ordered 3 orders of it so that we could drop it off at my parents' house and my brother's house. And it was so easy because $25 is such an easy cost to be able to feed a family. And when we stopped by to pick it up, like, you could tell that they had just been making pad thai all day long. But I was so impressed that they had simplified their menus so much that they were just making the same thing over and over again. And everybody that wanted to support their business knew how to get it. Like, they just made it so easy to sell the one thing. And so I just thought, I love that. So easy. I know other boutiques in town that I've seen or online, you can add a service called Comment to Buy. And so they've been selling their clothes through Facebook sales where people just comment, and then that allows them to check out. And so just starting to think of other ways to make it really easy for people to know what you have and buy, because people want to buy. They just need to know what you have and know how to pay. And so think about, how do I make this really, really easy for people? And as soon as you can take away like the friction from purchasing right now, I think that you will find a lot of success, and that'll really benefit you in the future too. So The last thing I would say is to just try to be really interesting right now as a business and be really interested in your customers. Like, be interested in what's happening in their lives, because, there's so many things happening right now, and you want to be able to be interesting as well. And so if you can add some delight, add some excitement, add some fun to kind of break away from the difficulty or the frustration or the sadness or the loneliness or the humdrum Groundhog Day feeling that a lot of people have right now, you're going to find success and kind of attract some attention. And I think there's a lot of value in that because you're adding some spark to people's life. So one example that went even better than I anticipated is this last week at Nickel and Suede, we offered something called a mystery mailer, and it was our first online sample sale. And we really thought that would be a fun idea no matter what, because an online sample sale is just exciting. It's a lower price, where we sold 3 pairs of earrings for a low price or 5 pairs of earrings for a low price. And they were imperfect items, but really close to perfect. So still really nice, but they were a steal of a price. And the exciting thing is you didn't know what you're going to get. So we had a limited number, and they sold out within 20 minutes. So it initially was just crazy. It was just exciting. Everybody just was thrilled to get on and purchase. And if you got one, you just felt like you were so excited. It was just such a crazy morning of we were blown away. We didn't even think we would sell out that fast. We had hundreds and hundreds of them. So that was exciting. And then the anticipation of something coming in the mail that you didn't know what it was going to be, and then seeing our customers open them and them feeling like, this is like Christmas. I don't know what's going to be in my box, which as an adult rarely happens. Like, you always know what's going to be in the box. Like, yes, the mail is exciting, but you always know what's in it, especially as the mom. You always know. So that we're really surprised and delighted our customers that they didn't know what was coming. And yet they knew it was going to be something they loved because they love our product. And so it just was really so fun to be able to offer something that surprised and delighted and was such a thrilling moment for them when the rest of the week has maybe not been so thrilling. And so I was proud of our team for pulling that off and kind of pulling that together last minute in a time when people really needed that kind of a boost. And so we've got some other ideas that we've kind of been chewing on about how can we do more of that for our customer, because yes, it was a good way to sell more earrings, but it was also really about how can we serve our customer and how can we be exciting and how can we help them through this month, which is really what we're here for. We're about providing and giving more than we're getting so that we can continue to exist past this crisis and continue through and far beyond. So I think maybe putting yourself out there in new ways is what I would recommend. So if you're maybe somebody who hasn't been very personal with your customers, that could be a way that you try to do that. Or just finding new ways to surprise and delight. I think that may be the challenge that I put out there, and encourage and be unique and stand out. So yeah, those are my top tips, I think, for business owners right now. So I would say take the time to hit the refresh button, work on those foundational items, make it easy for customers to do the right thing. Let them know what you have and make it easy for them to buy it. And then be interesting and be interested in them. So I hope that helps. I hope some of these pieces of advice got something sparked in you and helps spark some ideas so that you can find some encouragement and something exciting that helps you feel like, yeah, we can push forward and we can keep going in this. It's not necessarily an easy time, but I think the challenge sometimes can help bring out the best in us, and we can feel like moving forward and that the uphill climb will get us where we need to go, and we're going to feel like we come out on top. So thanks so much, and I will see you again next Friday. Thanks for listening today to With Kylie Nichols. Stay tuned next week for another episode. And if you can't wait until then, you can find me at onelittlemama.com MOMMA, for beauty, our family, style tips, and more. And you can find my business at nicolandswade.com with the and spelled out. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.